side, throws on the run, touchdown UTSA. Great throw by Frank Harris.
From a 1-3 start in non-conference play, the Roadrunners are now off to the races with a 3-0 start in the American, led by quarterback Frank Harris, dominating opponents by a combined 126 to 64 points over these last 4 games. And Frank joins us right now here in the American studios. Frank, great to have you. What is it about UTSA when it comes to conference play?
Thank you for having me. But I just think, our intensity steps up just a little bit more. And, we try to win all the games, but it just means a lot more, during conference. And I think, losing those games early on in the season is what's giving us success now. So I wouldn't change a thing, how the season turned out at the first couple games, because I feel like if we would have won those games, I don't think we'll be where we are today.
23-3 in conference games under fourth-year head coach Jeff Traylor, just remarkable. And you go in to a battle of the undefeateds here this last week against Florida Atlantic. What was your focus in that game in particular?
A couple years ago, we went out there and they destroyed us, and it was kind of embarrassing. And coach kept bringing that up to us. We had a bitter taste in our mouth, during that whole time. And this is the first time we played them again. So we didn't want to have that same feeling. And we knew that it was going to be a great opponent. Coach Shredder kept talking about it the whole week. And defense did a great job of just going out there and making big-time plays for us offensively, giving us a short field and creating turnovers. So I think we just built off that momentum. And it was just a great, all-around game for us, special teams, defensive, and offense as a whole as well. And I think as a whole, we just played very great, and, we came out victorious.
Speaking of your defense, they didn't allow a single touchdown and gave up just 162 yards, limiting one of the top receivers, not just in this conference, but in the entire country, to just 4 receptions. You battle your defense in practice. What is it that makes these guys so good?
I'm kind of upset that, they didn't allow any points. I'm the reason why they got, 7 points. And trust me, they let me know that as well. The defense did, and I couldn't do nothing but just say, you're right. It was my fault. But, each and every day we go out and compete against those guys, iron sharpens iron. They're just relentless. The guys up front, they're always giving us trouble, with the O-line. You get kind of frustrated, with the O-line, but then you realize, those guys are on our team. So can't be too mad. In the back end, the great DBs, the linebackers, just as a whole, they always give up problems, as an offense. So scoring against those guys each and every day, we know if we go out there and compete against those guys and we do well, that, when we come on Saturdays playing against our opponents, we'll probably have some success, just because Coach Lep does a great job of, having the defense ready every time we go out there and compete.
You brought up the interceptions, so I got to follow up. To have 2 there in the first quarter, what did you tell yourself to be able to have that short-term memory, go back out, compete, and put together a really good next 3 quarters?
I just feel like I've just been battling adversity my whole life. Just this offseason alone, I just didn't know if I was going to be able to walk again, dealing with an infection in my knee. So that's real life stuff. Just having 2 interceptions is something that's so, small that, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. People are battling, breast cancer. So you got to put that into perspective as well. So that's kind of what I told myself. I caught myself. It was like, it's real world stuff going on, everything in the world. And I'm going to be upset about, 2 interceptions. What's the worst? Like, it's so much worse, stuff that could happen. Besides people bashing me on social media. It is what it is. My teammates did a great job of just keeping me calm. And, I was just talking to myself like, come on, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. And defense did a great job going out there, giving us the ball back. And then coach did a great job of just keeping me in rhythm. And I just feel like credit to the offense for just getting that thing going and, staying with me through it all. And, came out victorious. So I didn't really get too down on myself. Like I said, you had to put it in perspective. And I think that's what I did. And I didn't really let that bother me.
You've always really had that mindset and that perspective. It's bigger than football, bigger than just one play. When was the first time you really remember sort of having that mindset and having that perspective of, not letting one thing or one moment in a game get you down?
I think, it was hard for me at first. I just want to be perfect. I just hate letting my teammates down. And, I wear that heavy on my shoulders whenever I, do something to give, the defense the advantage, whether that's not getting the first down, whether that's throwing an interception, whether that's a fumble. The stuff like that, I just get so down on myself. But Coach Trailer does. He tells me all the time. Our greatest strength is our greatest weakness, and that's my greatest strength is I want to be perfect. So whenever I'm not perfect, I get down on myself. But I allow something. Well, one of my teammates do something wrong. I'm always there for those guys and tell them that it's okay. Move on from that and let that go on to the next play. So Coach always tells me I got to do the same thing for myself. And going through all the injuries that I've been through, just sitting back and reflecting, being where I am to today. I mean, looking back to, where I was a couple years ago, a couple months ago to now being able to just go out there and walk and being able to play. You got to just sit back and reflect and just realize that, football is just a game, it's just a sport that we're blessed to go out there and play. And when you kind of, sit back and let that dawn on you, you finally realize that you have a totally different perspective, that we're definitely fortunate, we're definitely blessed. And I started to realize that the older that I've become and battling through all the injuries that I've been dealing with, throughout my whole career, finally just sit back and, realize like, man, it is a game. It is, supposed to be fun. So I try to go out there each and every time, just have fun, honor God and just have fun with my teammates. Cause one of these days I'm gonna be done playing football and I don't want to have no regrets.
Coach Traylor has called you one of the most improved players that he's ever coached in his life. And when you went through the turf toe in this season this year, you missed nearly a month. What was it that you were looking to improve or some perspective that you gained during that time away from football?
Yeah, Coach Chet he always jokes about I was no good until he came. So I guess I can go out of credit to Coach Traylor. Just during that time, it was just frustrating. I've been dealing with so many injuries, surgeries, and a toe got me out. So it was like out of everything that could have went wrong, my toe is what's bothering me right now. But like I said, it could have been worse. I thought, I told Coach Traylor like the Aaron Rodgers incident. He went out there for I think 2 plays and he's out for the season. So it could have gone bad like that. So just put in perspective once again that it was something that was not season ending. I was gonna be able to come back eventually. I wanted to come back, the next game, but Coach Trell had to sit me down and tell me that it was just smart for me to just wait it out and get ready for conference play. So I just trusted his judgment. He has the best interest in me. He has the best interest for me through it all. So listen to him. Just step back. Just try to be the best teammate that I could be. To be the best leader in the quarterback room that I could, for Eddie and Owen, whatever they needed. Just try to still be, part of the team. I know how I can be, not being able to play and having just feel like you're just distant from everybody. I was just trying to just, still be around, still be that positive influence on the team, and had another setback and had another time to reflect and just once again when I came back, just cherish it once again. And that's what I'm doing now, and I feel like everything happened for a reason, and I think we're reaping the benefits now.
Certainly, Roland. The tables, though, have turned. Now your head coach dealing with an injury of his own after the rat traps placed in the lockers this week. 100 rat traps. Don't eat the cheese has been the motto. Don't reap it, and get into all the positivity and comments. First of all, how's his pinky doing?
I guess everybody thought he was joking whenever it first happened. He was just talking. He just set his hand down on the podium, and you heard it, but we didn't know what it was. And then he went like that, and I thought he was bleeding, and he got him good. I mean, you could start seeing it was like purple and started swelling up on him. I don't know. I do know who it was that said it. I'm not gonna, put him out there because I don't
Don't
think
throw that
Coach knows.
teammate under the bus. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I don't think Coach knows just yet, but I'm gonna tell Coach who it was. He said he didn't think Coach was gonna put his hand there, but actually did get him. He's doing better now. But don't eat the cheese was something that we did. I think 2 years ago, whenever we had a crazy record at, I think we're like 7-0, 8-0 or something like that. And Coach said, don't eat the cheese. Like, don't go for it. All the success that we've been having. Don't listen to all the people telling us how good we are. Just remember where we come from. So I think that was just the motto that he wanted us to go back and, remember that we were just 1-3 and all the naysayers saying how bad we were. Don't feed into all the success and everybody telling us all the things that we're receiving. Like, don't go for the cheese. So yeah, we came in our lockers and, they're everywhere. And somebody decided to put like 30 of them in my locker for some reason. So this morning I had to go out and clean all of them. It was unbelievable, but
Dangerous.
something that Coach Traylor jokes about, but it's definitely something that, we had to live by. and not feed into to all the stuff that we're hearing.
How do you personally find that balance of staying confident and maintaining that edge, but also being humble and hungry?
I just go back to, battling through all the injuries that I've had. It could be taken away so quickly, yeah, whether it's at practice, whether it's, one play in the game. And God will humble you quickly. Either you're going to get humbled or God will humble you. So I just try to maintain my composure, humble through it all, no matter what, because I know how quickly it can be taken away. So no matter how much success I have, I'll always remain humble, be the same guy through it all. Just give glory to my teammates and give glory to God. And you do that, I mean, there's nothing else, that could really go wrong, I think.
Homecoming this weekend, you get East Carolina, San Antonio, your hometown. I listened to an interview you did with JJ Perez. He asked if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? You still picked San Antonio. Why is that place and those fans so special to you?
Both my parents are from here, so all my family lives here. Two of my siblings live here. My sister lives in Houston, but my two siblings live here. My niece and nephew, my grandma, my grandpa, my aunts, my cousins. It just means a lot. Growing up, I see all my family. I go to the games. All my family comes out there and supports me. Now, all my friends live here. Coaches growing up that coached me, principals from high school, from middle school, just everybody that I've grew up with my whole life get to come out there and support me. And I feel like I'm a big family guy. So I love being around my family during special times like Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I feel like if I was away, I wouldn't be able to cherish those moments with my family members. Being so close, I could just drive down and see those guys. And the fan base it's no fan base like San Antonio fan base. The diehard Spur fans and the diehard UTSA fans, and they're like diehard. Seriously, like they're diehards, and it just means a lot, having the support from a place that you grew up in, and going places and feeling the love and support that they actually support us. It definitely means a lot, and we definitely cherish it, and we don't take it for granted.
I'm sure you'll be feeling the support at home this weekend for homecoming against East Carolina. Frank, thank you so
Yes, ma'am.
much for taking the time, and best of luck here the rest of the season. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.